And so just a short, brief video. We make notes, but and we try to make them nice so you can understand because of the way that I talk, and I try to talk really fast, like I'm on a telephone. You know, this is a telephone, actually. It's actually a telephone, like. So Google is a very good, excellent telephone company. Okay, and you know that you can have these videos just for your private people, or they can be, everybody can see them. Okay, so it's a really nice telephone, I think, and so it's quite awesome. You know, our relatives, geniuses. Okay, wonderful geniuses. Abadot Nasik, Larry Page, and Abadot Nasik, Sergey Brin. Geniuses. And they wanted to help everybody. And they were very honest and very good. We told you what happened to them, right? That was my little kids. So that's how we inherited Google. But we tried to help catch the criminals. We were like 5 years old, catching them. People that hurt our family members. Because it's our job as king and queen of our people and things to make sure that our people are safe, and if anybody hurts them, to make sure that we catch the ones that do. And then they pay with the law, lawfully. We know that they'll come back, but they were really beautiful, and we love them. We love them very much. We don't say past because they're still. We know they're in heaven someplace, and they're waiting to come again. And there's a bad man in the background that's laughing about it. It's nothing but ugly Borman. There was a Borman who hurt Abba Secretary Page behind the saw. They came after us. I will never forget that. It happened in Istanbul. They hurt his wife too. Who was a royal English Jew. Robert Secretary Page was a royal Jewish Jew, and then and she was the English royal Jewish Jew, his wife. And Sergey Brin, also a royal Jew. And Stephen Jobs, Jandel Rothschild, a Syrian Jew. See how they are? They're really wrong. Nobody wants to hear from these people that holler in the background. I'm not going to stop the video because I know they're wicked and crooked, and they're people that try to hurt us all. And they know that they look different. You know, these are really bad people to hurt us all. They look different from anybody that God has made, because God made it that way. And they hurt our people in World War II. And when I was kidnapped, the Nazis wanted to do experiments on my beloved SHABBY and I. We have the Asian fingerprints because we don't mix. Our family doesn't mix. We marry our first cousins. And only our first cousins. You read on the internet. We only marry our first cousins. That's not incestual. We are a decent, law-abiding, God law-abiding, and faithful people to our God and good people. Nobody could have so much if they were not blessed by God. I want to take we told you yesterday that money comes from God, right? The people that try to hurt us all, they steal, kill, cheat, lie, and do everything that's wicked. And they will certainly not have anything, because God says when you get things ill-gottenly, it leaves you in them, and when you most need it, and it's like hatching somebody else's eggs. And so we just wanted to say that to you too. Now, I think we probably covered everything for today that we had made notes for. Something else I think I want to say, here's a note here. The people that came up against us are a nasty nation. Okay, and a wicked nation. We talked about that a little bit. That God says if we're bad, you know, He'll send a wicked, nasty nation to come after us and chastise us and do things to us. But they found out when they came, so I look for them, you know. And so there's a nation of gays and harlots and all kinds of bad things and incestual people and wicked things that God says, not the nations that are being destroyed for the things that they have done. You know, it says that nations are being destroyed for being homosexual and harlotry and ancestral and all the bad things that God says not to do. They're being destroyed. It's in our Old Testament, our Torah. They're not being destroyed. But we always look for these people to come to check ourselves, because God's telling us, you know, that God would send them just to check us too. We're not going to be wicked. We're not going to be unlawful, and we're going to do the best that we can to always have our Shabbats and everything we're supposed to do, and all the things we're supposed to have and do for our God, because we owe our God everything. Our God has given us everlasting life. Only our God can provide those things. And so we just wanted to tell you that too. But the people that just attacking and don't have a chance, okay? We told you that, and they are not part of the future. You know, we told you that there were little kids that died in the flood too. There were only 8 people that survived the flood. We're the first Noah and his wife, or the second Noah and his wife. You know, the rector showed us as the first Noah and his wife, or the second Noah and his wife. Everybody saw that. Because we had rabbis there for the God protocol. We had like 10. That's a minion. We're supposed to have that. And even more came, I think, if I remember correctly. And it was really beautiful. So we're telling you that our faith is correct, and our faith is just, and our faith is good. And you're not supposed to be worshiping any human or anything that thinks it's supposed to. It's really disgusting. So people try to hurt us, I want to be worshipped. And we would never do that. Actually, they know that what they believe is wrong. They're just devils. Okay, so when you hear them attacking everything and seeing them attack, they don't have a chance. Because I know they probably bother you too. Because I hear from other people. They say, do something, do something. Because they know we're the royals. Do something, do something. You know, I'm going to tell you again, what's above a royal is God. And our God made heaven, earth, land, and sea, and we're Jews. And all of our family made us a line of succession to help their people because they, and all of our family members and their houses are Jewish too. But they knew what the words know because God lets us know. And so, and they knew what they had to do. Everybody waited for us to be born. They waited for my Muslim and Shafiq and I to be born. And all the houses knew how we were going to look and our fingerprints and everything. And so we're here. We know there are people that were hurt, they'll come back. And our family members, they just wanted to, you know, their people to make it. So that's why. And they knew that we were the strong house. And so, you know, I know there's people that do all these bad things, that harass everything. That's a Borman. If you heard him cough, he's bothering me the whole time when I was writing. They tell all those lies. They actually were trying to kill my husband and me and our family of people. And I was bragged about it. But now they're being rounded up. We're arresting people based on this clause. They're rounded up and put in prison. Because that's in the Old Testament. Just like we bought all the weapons based on Isaiah. So now we'll write to you later and email you later and video later, but try to have a wonderful Shabbat is coming and Pesach soon. We love you all very much, okay? And everybody has their own, so you'll find your own mate. Everybody with us will have their own mate for eternity. And it will be just like God intended, with a fraternity and happily ever after. For it's our God who's God alone, God of Torah.